Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Okay. Well, instead of diving in and talking about yesterday's Andor trailer, which was fantastic, I want to talk about something related to that, and we'll circle around and we'll talk about the trailer more. But
Yeah, we talked about it on my channel
yes, we did
together.
a brief interlude about it, but there's
Yeah.
a lot to dissect,
Oh, there were,
honestly.
as soon as we were done, we're like, wow, we didn't talk about that, or that.
Skimmed the surface of it is what I
Yeah.
felt like, yeah. One thing I want to talk about is the release schedule. StarWars.com not only put the trailer out, but they did tell you what the release schedule is for Season 2 of Andor. They are still starting April 22nd, but they're doing things a little differently. The season is divided up into 3 episode arcs, 4 of them, respectively. They're releasing one of these per week, so we will only have one glorious month of Andor.
We will call it Andor month.
Andor month.
It should be remembered forever.
I'm very
Hopefully.
mixed on my thoughts on that.
I have mixed thoughts as well. You're probably on the same track as me.
Probably. One of the things I'm mixed about is I liked having a little more space between
Yeah.
episodes because I feel like the show deserves the chatter it gets. I think that's something that helped season 1 is the chatter, the online
I agree,
conversations,
yeah.
the depth, the digging. And it's going to hurt a little because everything's going to be in 3 episode chunks, so it's just going to feel like it flies by.
Yeah, it was kind of nice to think we might be able to just savor it for 12 weeks or 11 or 10, because you figured they might package up a couple somewhere. But now
Right.
it's like 4-week blitz, 12 episodes. I don't know.
Another thing I'm not exactly happy about with that is we live in the central time zone, as many of you know. It comes on at 8 p.m. Depending on the length of the episodes, the length of the arc, that could be
Gets pretty
lengthy in time. And I don't know how many people have the chance on. I mean, obviously, Thor and I will be watching it. He's got reviews to make,
Yeah.
and we're super excited. I know a lot of people are super excited, but Tuesday is a work night for most people or a school night for people. So you have to be able to dedicate the time to watch 3 episodes because spoilers are going
Are
to
everywhere.
be everywhere.
Yep.
The internet, the algorithms, how the internet works, they know the things you're interested in. You open up Google and they're like, here's an article saying this great thing
Yeah.
happened on this show and here's what it was. Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler.
Well, yeah, and that in a lot of Star Wars channels that shall not be named, because I don't really get them in my feed. I get told about them because oddly I don't get Star Wars in my feed. I don't really watch Star Wars channels.
That's fine, yeah.
I know it's always funny when I tell that to people, but I have been sent thumbnails that go up, hours after an episode goes up that are just so spoiler heavy. You're like, wow.
Right, and that goes up into people's feed or it comes
Yeah.
up. It's rough because you
Yes.
want to experience it the first time for yourself. You don't want to have to experience the hearsay of it and then actually here it is.
Yes.
Now I want to talk about the pros of this. One of the drawbacks that people noted in season 1 is that these arcs could feel slow. Episodes 1 and 2 are
Whoa.
building a story. Episode
Yeah.
3 is generally where the catastrophic or the big event of it happened.
I would
And
say
some people did say that Andor could feel very slow because it felt like you were getting somewhere and then you had to wait another week to get what all of this was for.
I would say only the first arc could really fall into that. And I don't even think the first arc is like slow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just slower than maybe some people are used to, especially out of Star Wars. Because, I mean, most people think the Star Wars is very fast paced. There's a lot of action. It just gets to the point. And that really wasn't the first arc. It was kind of setting up the foundation for everything. And upon rewatch, which we are doing, we were like, wow, this is actually doing a hell of a job setting things up now that you have the benefit of hindsight.
Exactly. But there were a lot of people who
Yes,
said that
yes.
it felt slow. So by releasing them as complete arcs, complete stories, because remember in season 2, every one of these arcs is going to represent 1 year.
Yeah.
Or a story that took place in a year leading up to Rogue One. So it's easy to say that giving us the whole 1 year's little story arc at a time does work to their benefit.
Yeah, as long as you're not getting spoiled. I mean, you get to
Mhm.
kind of watch it at your pace, at your leisure.
Yeah, they're almost indulging the binge culture a little bit.
Yes and no. It's kind of, I mean, I would see it as the best of both worlds, trying to be positive about this, because you get 3 episodes at a time. You get a
Mhm.
full week, in theory, to watch them, as long as, again, you don't get spoiled somehow. Not that there's really a ton to spoil in this, but there's plenty,
There'll be
actually. Yeah,
spoilers,
when you
yeah.
think about it. There's a lot of characters in here whose fate we do not know.
Exactly.
So it is like trying to be, again, positive towards it. It is the best of both worlds. You can watch your 3 episodes whenever you want. We're obviously, a lot of people, obviously, as soon as they drop, you're watching all 3 in one sitting. And
If
then
you're able to, yes.
Yeah, exactly. If you're able to, which I think is the negative. A lot of
Watching
people
one
can't
episode is a
do
lot
that.
easier than saying I have to fit in 3 episodes, depending, again, on length.
Yes.
Because it's going to feel like watching 4 movies.
Yes, which is kind of cool.
But it'll be funny because you'll still have like the cutscene and the credits in between because they are still individual episodes.
Yeah. It's almost like you should have just made them 4 long kind of mini movie episode things instead of just even keeping the pretense of episodes. I don't know.
They like their episodes.
Yeah.
If you're a member of our Discord, you just have to watch them before Thursday because you know by Thursday at Voice Chat we're going to be...
Oh, we're going...
Oh, yeah, we're going straight into spoilers. Yeah. I'm so sorry, but
it's gonna
you know it's coming.
I'm excited for those voice chats on Thursday nights.
There's also another rumor going around as to why they're releasing them as these arcs. In order to be eligible for the 2025 Emmys, the new rules require the season to have aired all of its episodes by May 31st. Any episode shown after this date is ineligible.
So there's the real reason.
Yep, the whole series it has to be done before May 31st if it wants to qualify for 2025 Emmys. If it didn't, it would have to go into the 2026 Emmys category.
Which is just kind of foolish. Like, I get maybe the actors and some of the people involved in the creation process maybe will deserve some credit after this. Hopefully will deserve some credit. Probably will. But at the same time, like, do these awards really matter? Is it that important where you're going to just kind of bunch up your season?
It feels like Disney's double dipping because Daredevil is going to be in the Emmy slot, possibly. Yeah. Skeleton Crew, Jude Law could be up for... I mean, his acting in this, I do believe, was great, as well as the kids. So it's like putting all your eggs in one basket.
Kinda. But I mean, is that to them as a company trying to sell a streaming service and thus you need content kind of constantly on there? Mm-hmm. Do you really want to bunch it up into 4 weeks instead of stretching that over 3 months?
They want to keep someone subscribed 3 months.
Yeah.
Especially after Daredevil, which that's the same target audience.
Exactly. You could have
that's
like a 5 months,
5 months of subscribers versus 2.
Yeah, it's a very strange idea here. Probably to just get it into the Emmy season. Is that award worth it? Is that like what people want to hear? Oh, Disney Plus had a show that won an Emmy, and now I got to go subscribe.
Could it also be Disney trying to up its viewership numbers for things like the Nielsen ratings? Because they look at overall time watched too, and you're getting 3 episodes at a time, which means it has a good chance of getting a higher place on the scoreboard.
I get what you're saying. I don't know how much they care.
It's just all in the numbers.
Because anybody who really analyzes it will do the math and be like, well, there are these number of episodes and this number of seasons, so you can't necessarily just look at that raw number and go, oh, that was a success. You can't just drop 12 episodes or something and go, look, how many people watched that much. Well, I mean, it's still a win if you get that much people to watch it, even if you drop them all at once. But I think if you look any deeper, you're going to be like, well, there's more episodes, so what does that even mean? Which kind of sucks for us because one of the things I really wanted to do was compare it. Yeah. I mean, we'll still be able to do that to a degree, but not the same way we would have if it would have been week to week.
Right, because you almost need to divide the number by 3, which is not going to work out right.
It just doesn't, because you will have the people who are just going to patiently watch it now instead of trying to keep up week to week or just watch that one episode. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the numbers look one way or the other.
Yeah. The official description of the new season is... Season 2 will see the characters in their relationships intensify as their horizon of war draws near and Cassian becomes a key player in the Rebel Alliance. Everyone will be tested, and as stakes rise, the betrayals, sacrifices, and conflicting agendas will become profound.
Sounds like exactly what we wanted as Season 2.
It really does. That's the intrigue I want. Give me my clue board. I'm ready.
Who done it?
Yes. Tony Gilroy says... One of the great thrills of making Andor is the scale of the story and the number of characters we're able to meet. Ordinary people, Imperial warlords, passionate revolutionaries. They are real people making epic decisions, all of them staring down questions with terrifying consequences. Cassian's journey is the soul and spine of our story, but it's the choir that makes the show. I'm so excited for audiences to see where we go in Season 2.
We go to Rogue One.
We do. We go all the way to Rogue One. And I'm excited.
No, I'm super, super excited. I thought the trailer was, as we talked about on the other channel, it was for normies, I think. Kind of like, hey, here's our critically acclaimed show. You should watch it because it's really good.
Right, because they did concentrate a lot on the music, which they did with Skeleton Crew too. They used the music to let's bring in the more normal,
yeah.
the rounder.
The normal people.
I'm going to say that
But
they know
that's
the
what-
diehard fans, we're going to watch it no matter
Yeah.
what. We're already hooked. But
Yeah.
they're going, hey, if we do some sort of jazzy, interesting soundtrack, it catches more attention.
Yeah.
I think it may have worked for Skeleton Crew. It's something that worked with James Gunn trailers. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, the catchy music, even with his new Superman, that new spin on the Man of Steel original, song.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they were going for. And honestly, I do hope that this season gets more viewership than the last, because I think this is a series that deserves to be seen.
Well, we shall see. But I tend to agree.
Even if I don't like the time frame.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to be all we got for you this time. Now it is your turn. Take to the comments below and tell us what you think about clumping up the episodes into 3-episode arcs over 4 weeks. Do you like that idea? Would you rather have a little more time to kind of stew on each episode? Whatever the case may be, leave those comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.